Well, we have a problem here. What is it? We have a problem right now. You can't concentrate in breathing, loss of consciousness, and then finally death. The death of a molding that is put on by an auto glass installer that didn't know what he was doing, especially when he used the wrong molding. So his molding is a flap it in the wind, and I'm going to show you guys how to really quick. Can I have my glass cleaner? And I'll show you real quick how to fix this. It'd be good if you brought it to an auto glass store, but if you have a situation, just don't put duct tape on it. And this way, you ruin your, paint job, and you'll have duct tape on it forever. So basically, I'm just cleaning the dirt and debris out of the pinch weld. Max, why don't you do the same on the other side? Because I have my accountant helper, Max Sandmeyer. This happens to be his car. Second one I fixed in like a year. And then we'll let it dry. Now normally the situation with these moldings is that it's pretty tight and hard. This is what they call a push-in molding. Believe it or not, the glass installer installs the windshield, and then he takes this molding, he pushes it in, but he's got to use clips. And what this moron did is he was too cheap to get clips for the molding to clip in, so he made glue clips. You only have to blame the insurance companies for that, okay? And I'll tell you why. Link Services, Safelite, all the guys will not pay for clip sets. So guess who pays for them in the long run? The consumer. And he gets a job like this because he wasn't given a $15 clip set. Now, when I had my shops, I had clip sets for every car, and the insurance company would pay for it. But now, the industry has changed a lot. So this is kind of a do-it-yourselfer. I mean, it's common sense. You can see the wire here. Then you see a little side thing. You just pull that off a little over to the side. And what I'm going to do with this one, I normally don't use silicone, but being that this molding, and I was going to use heat on it, but I don't even think I'm going to bother, because what's really holding this thing in place is this wire. I don't know if you can see the wire, but I was gonna use the heat. If I put the heat on it for a second, just see, I want to see if it'll actually. And really, 1500 watt hair dryer is really all you need in a hot summer. Beautiful out, 72 degrees. Here in New York. Now you see this molding is hard as a rock because it's supposed to be. But I'm using it basically just to dry out the pinch weld where it'll accept my silicone and it'll bond. So what we do is we move this molding over to the side. Now it looks like he did a decent job at the top, but in the top, the pinch weld is at its tightest, so that's why the molding didn't fall off at the top. So we move that over to the side, and again, there would be clip sets for this car, and like I say, the insurance companies won't pay for it. And you think the glass shop is going to? Especially when they're doing windshields for almost nothing now these days? It's a wonderful world in which we live. So anyhow, just a dab of silicone is all we really need, guys. Just a little small dab of silicone. And like I say, I normally don't use silicone, but being that this is a pretty hard molding and such, I think, and plus the pinch weld's rotting anyhow, and this is a Hyundai. He's going to get a good 5 years before it all dies. Actually, the guy didn't do a bad job with he actually didn't do a bad job. He did. He missed a few spots when he didn't use a primer, so he did miss a few spots. And you just run a small bead all the way down. Okay. I'll get that off your windshield. Don't touch it, because it will make a nastiness. See, let me show you the bead I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see that, but just a small bead. I might have used a little too much. Recording. Yeah. So I just pulled it over so that this way I could get at it. And you're only gonna do this. This is what they call a retainer. It's a fancy dancy retainer molding that cost about 50 bucks, probably more than the windshield. And you just push it in, and this is why you have to keep it, you got to get it straight, because if you don't get it straight, it will not hold down. And then we'll go to the other side of town. Nice Yankee shirt. Where'd you get that? Nice. Now this molding is a little bent pretty bad. Probably because it was the first molding that went on him. I mean, this side went first, and then it got distracting as he's driving down the road and he's hearing bang, 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 bang. I mean, I know he wants to hear some slapping, but not on a molding. You know what I mean? Boy, that was really bad. Anyhow, that's it, guys. It's not pretty, because in order to really do this right, you'd have to pull the windshield. But that's why I use the silicone, because the silicone is going to hold a lot better. It's also going to cure quicker. And like I say, it's not going to be pretty, but his molding will no longer flap. And that's why I'm putting the tape on now, because he's going to be driving away in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And that silicone is not going to dry for at least 4 hours. Oh, can you turn the camera towards me?
Hey.
So he, just putting the tape around it just to hold it down, because he's going to be driving, in a couple of minutes. It'll take 4 hours for it to cure. So when you do this type of job, you want to just let the car sit. The side, this is what they call a hood panel that hides the pinch weld, and it's part of the cowl system. And it's got these little knobs that kind of poke into the side of the fender. And voila, Gaston. And that be it. And he needs new wipers too. What a horrible car. Hyundais, they're indispensable. They're just like Porsches, right? So this is Ray from the Internet Glass. Just wanted to give you a quick look on how to fix a molding when it starts falling out. I have seen people do some stupid stuff with moldings, where they think the windshield is leaking, and they pull the molding and they glue the outside when it's actually the bottom of the windshield that's leaking. There we go. Take this off. Actually, leave this on overnight. Leave it on overnight. So it's Ray from the Internet Glass, www.auto-glass.com, 845-496-2500. And if you ever need a molding for your car, just give us a call and we'll be able to get it to you at a nice wholesale price. And thank you very much for seeing my YouTube, and you have a pleasant day. Done.